Hey, and welcome back to another Friday Forum. We run these webinars every Friday at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, covering a range of topics. In today's webinar, we're not going to be focusing on the product Dentrix Ascend itself, but more looking into our customer success program. Now, first thing we wanted to do was to lay out a few pieces around what the customer success program is, how we can help, and actually defining a few layers within that. Now, Software of Excellence, we understand that your success is our best recommendation. We appreciate the considerable trust you place with us and our dental practice management software, and it's up to us to deliver a product and support that improves your business outcomes and enables you to spend more time with your patients and not in front of your computer. Today we'll be covering those handful of topics and give you a better understanding around what our customer success program does and what that involves. So first of all, wanted to lay out what customer success actually was. So for us, it's a mindset, a whole department, and a maturing part of our business. The foundation of customer success is based on increasing customer adoption of our product to assist practices with achieving great oral health outcomes as a result. We proactively work with our customers towards the desired outcome, where customer support is reactive to customer queries, typically customer support related and how-to technical directives, helping business owners extract as much value out of our products and services as possible, ensuring that they're truly happy they decided to work with us, Henry Schein, and Software of Excellence as a whole. It is our job as customer success consultants to improve the customer journey and coordinate with a team of experts within our business to be able to pull together knowledge from all sorts of walks of life and previous experiences and data that we've been pulling together over the years. But typically, throughout our customer success journey, we'll be focusing on things like helping practices grow their revenues and profitability, attracting more new patients, keep the patients that you already have, improve efficiencies in the practice, optimizing processes within the practice, as well as being able to comfortably upskill your team and make sure that you're able to be a good leader. And now, every dental practice has what it takes to be a great business. All you have to do is unlock your hidden potential. The customer success program will start off with an introduction telephone call with your consultant, and we recommend that that takes place with any business stakeholder at the practice. We use this as an opportunity to provide a personal introduction, discuss and find out more reasons as to why you're wanting to be involved in our customer success program, start establishing some goals that you may or may not already have, and find out what your interests are. This could range from anything like just wanting to improve your recall performance or wanting to open up another location. You may be looking to retire and sell the practice. There's really no limit to as what your reason could possibly be to be wanting to get involved. Now, we know performance monitoring can often seem overwhelming, and this is why we work with you on monthly telephone calls. Together on those calls, we'll be measuring your performance through a simple KPI tracker. At the moment, we use an Excel spreadsheet to put that data together for you and make sure that we have a single source of truth for that data. Then we are able to use that to break down your next moves into manageable steps, and from there we should be able to lead to some tangible business outcomes. Don't worry, you always stay in complete control of your business. We're there to work with you as much or as little as you like. We appreciate that, again, all practices are going to be coming in different shapes and sizes, so we use that first call to really gauge how much you want us to be involved, whether it's really getting into the finite details or whether it's just looking at this as a big overall health check to get a good idea of what's going on inside of your business. Now, as a business, how can we really help to get involved? We have the benefit of working with thousands of practices over the years. And whilst doing so, we've taken note of practices that have performed really well, learned from those that have not, and then use that data to build a series of best practice processes. So far, we've published 6 white papers on common challenges that practices face, along with presenting hundreds of seminars and webinars across Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, just like this one. By taking the time to understand what a dental practice wants to achieve, we heavily invest in developing into the tools to assist with those challenges. We appreciate not all practices operate in the same way and each have their unique situations, and this is why we customize and tailor our customer success program, focusing on what you want to achieve specifically. Now, we very much take a one-on-one approach to this. We really want to coach you on how to analyze where your practice is improving and where more work is required, using the data as part of our meetings, along with other subjects such as patient experience, employee engagement, treatment acceptance, patient cycle management, which enables us to really bring these things together for business owners and things that you should be really comfortable reviewing and having a deep understanding of. We'll prepare data on key performance indicators, and these look at everything from your revenue, your chair time utilization, which is looking heavily at what's going on inside of your appointment book, your cancellations, your fail to attends, your recalls, your hourly production, things like your new patients and where they're coming from. I could go on for quite a long time at all the things that we could look at. We won't necessarily look at everything all in one go, but we'll typically be finding that our customer success program works around a 12-month program or process, normally around once a month. And even though we're discussing and saying that we're talking about that being 12 months long, doesn't mean after that 12 months we cut and run and leave you after that. We're going to be continuing to develop this relationship, and we really hope that you find this something of value, and we'll be able to enroll you into our customer success alumni program, which has fewer contacts, but at that point we should find that you're in a really comfortable place and you should be able to keep tracking on with where you were whilst we were working with you very closely on our customer success program, but making sure that you're still driving success at the same time. Now, since 2008, Software of Excellence, we've systematically analysed data over 1,400 practices, probably more than that by now, researching aspects of practice systems that most affect efficiency and profitability, which gives us the opportunity to gain insights into why practices perform, or some practices outperform the rest. In 2014, we undertook specific research in a project on the topic of recalls, just as an example, and we used this to understand the average dental practice and how they compare to other practices alongside them. We find this really valuable because a typical practice owner or a typical dentist may only work in a handful of practices within their career, whereas we have the opportunity to span that information and grab information from such a wide variety of practices, and we're able to gather that data and then share that back with practices and just make sure they know where they currently stand. Another one is considering the importance of new patients to a practice. Very few practices actually have in-depth knowledge in this area. So this leads to significant misunderstanding, which, if isn't captured or corrected, could result in poor decision making, misallocation of your resources, and potentially losing out financially as a result. Throughout that research that we did, we found that more than 60% of practices were unaware of the number of lapsed patients that came through their practice overall, and more than 40% did not track where their new patients were coming from. Almost 30% were unaware of how many new patients even visited their practice each month. So just starting with measuring this data means that we can know where the practice currently is, and then from there we'll know whether the processes that we're putting in place will actually be having the impact that you're looking to achieve. In the past, practices often treat unbooked appointments or failure to attend as an opportunity to take a well-earned break. but we found that the attitude around that is really changing. Difficult financial times for a lot of practices and dentists have become more aware of the traits that play a part in defining what's going on inside of their appointment book. Now things like your fail to attend, your short notice cancellations, white space are seen for exactly what they represent, and that's a lost opportunity that can never be recouped. So these are just a really quick example of some of the things that we'll be working with you really closely. Again, not necessarily focusing specifically on the examples that I've given here. It can be anything based on the specific needs of the practice. Now, really wanted to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. So I work as part of our customer success team. We have a little team here that's been bringing this out of the ground since the beginning of 2017. Really hope you've taken some good takeaways that you can have a bit of a think about how you're operating some of the things at your practice. Now that you have a really good idea as to what goes on inside of our customer success team, if you have any questions or you'd like to find out a little bit more about how to enroll in our program, you can please feel free to contact us directly at customersuccess@softwareofexcellence.com. We'll come back to you. Perhaps we could arrange a telephone call to start learning a little bit more around how we could work together and get you involved. More than happy for any questions to be shot over, whether it's big or small, and we can start gauging that from there. And again, want to thank you for your time.